everybody, it's Tatama Rothenberg from Jem Miami, and this week's parasha is PARASHA KITAVO. This parasha is a very, very hard parasha to read because actually it talks about the curses, very descriptively, very specific curses that will happen to us. As again, few parashas before, when Moshe was starting the speech, he mentioned the curses and blessings of what we will do in Eretz Israel because we're about to cross Eretz Israel. And he mentioned this bunch of laws, and then now he's mentioned the courses. And the courses are very, very raw to read and very, very hard to read. And they're really, very scary, actually. But if we read it literally, and we don't relate it with what happened before in Genesis, and what happened before with all the history of Abraham and all the history before, we can think that it's a little bit cruel. And we don't understand the full intention of Hashem mentioning these curses here. We don't understand the full picture. So I wanted to put a little bit more into perspective of this hard parasha to read, and saying that these are just the curses as how they're written. It's consequences of our acts. Because it mentions specifically if we are not going to enjoy the fruits that we're building, because we don't have gratitude or happiness towards Hashem, and we don't have gratitude in our lives, and that's why the curses will come in and when they will come in. And it relates a little bit with Genesis, Bereshit, in the beginning of the creation, when Adam and Eve, they have everything they could have asked for. Hashem only asked for one tree they couldn't eat, and they had everything they wanted. They were in paradise. They were in the Olam Haba, and the only tree that Hashem asked them not to eat, they wanted. And how can we relate to that on today's event and everything what's happening? If we focus on the things that we're lacking, we're not being grateful to Hashem. And we focus on the things that were not what the neighbors has, and what we don't have, and we keep fighting for things and this and that and I want this, I want that. We're not actually living to our purpose in life, to our fully purpose on what Hashem wants from us. And we're not going to see the blessings that He's actually offering to us, and He actually wants us to have. So in our life, in this Elul, in this month of transformation, we need to just focus on the things that we can be grateful for. Even if we think we're struggling with, even of course we're going to have challenges, but if we're not focusing constantly on the positive and on the things that we have, and be grateful for everything that Hashem gave us health and and our kids and our life that is so wonderful, we're going to be lacking all the time, and we're going to, face that consequence of a curse, God forbid, of those curses specifically, because we are not, being grateful and not having gratitude with what Hashem gave us. And focusing on that is a right mindset. And that's why this parasha is so important to understand, that don't look at the curse by itself, just look at the whole statement, because it actually is a consequence. And how can we focus this time of Elul on repairing our mistakes and repairing ourselves and transfer for the better, and constantly being grateful for what we have, so we can have less fighting, and we can be Zrat Hashem the day of tomorrow, be in Israel with the Mashiach. And with these messages, I just wanted to conclude. I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom. See you next week.
My Father, forgive me. I promise I